Hey there YouTube, Ghost Jake here with you today, or tonight. How are you doing today? I'm doing quite well myself. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas, and I wish you well. And I am back with my review of the Witcher Netflix series episode 6. And we are gonna get on that right now. Now, I do have to say, as far as this episode goes, I did take some notes, but this was a really good episode for me. I really liked it a lot, and I kind of just focused on the episode and didn't take probably as much notes as I probably should have. That's how good the episode was to me this time. But let's go over what I have so far, and then I will talk a little bit about it afterwards, okay? Now, how this episode opens up, it opens up with Geralt out hunting some sort of monster, right? And he throws the head of it off of a cliff, and I'm not sure what type of monster it is, but to me, from just the head, it looked like it was like a wyvern or something. That's what it kind of looked like to me, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. Right, and then all of a sudden, some man comes up to Geralt and takes him back to the pub where he has been staying with Yasker, and apparently this guy wants Geralt to help him and his team in hunting and killing a dragon, and the guy's name is the guy who helped him to. The guy who approached Geralt to help him, his name is Brooch. Brooch, I think I said that correctly. And another interesting note is Yennefer is also on. She's not on Geralt's team. She's on the opposing team, like the team going up. The team. When the other team's going up the mountain to kill the dragon, right? And to go up the dragon and going up the mountain to kill the dragon. And then we actually get to the mountain and we see all the other teams and everyone is starting to go up. And also, Siri is still following the Doppler disguised as Mousesack. Disguised as Mousesack. And then we go back onto the mountain again. Dandelion is the mountain on this. There was a lot of stuff with the mountain and the dragon in this episode, but Dandelion or Yasker, however you want to pronounce, whoever he is, I think it's Dandelion, like I said before, but he is looking for some berries or whatever, or something to eat, and then he stumbles upon a harmless monster, according to Geralt. And then the knight Yennefer is with, ends up killing the monster, and Geralt pretty much tells everyone the monster was pretty much harmless and it would have gone away if he would have gave us some food. And the guy pretty much killed it anyway, right? But another thing that's kind of funny is the guy who kills it. The guy who kills it, he eats it, which is okay. He eats it, and it ends up upsetting his stomach really bad. And the next morning, what was really funny is the next morning the guy apparently got his throat slit while he was taking a crap, so that's probably not the best way to go. But And then Yennefer was kind of pissed about that, and she was like wandering off, and Geralt convinces him to stay. Right? Convinces her to stay. Excuse me. But yeah, and then while Siri is walking through the forest with Mousesack on the way back to like Nilfgaard, the Doppler disguised as Mousesack, he is about to get found out because Siri and Dora are asking him questions. Or asking him questions that the real Mousesack would know, and for some reasons, even though they're small details, the Doppler doesn't know them all, and he pretty much fails the test, and he pretty much gets out of. He pretty much fails the test, and he's found out that he's the Doppler, and the Doppler pretty much tells Siri and Dara that Nilfgaard killed the original Mousesack, and the Doppler took his place to right, and then back on the mountain again. Back on the mountain again. Yennefer and Geralt, talking and everything, and everything's going fine. And then, while they're sleeping in the bed, Geralt and Yennefer, that's not all they were doing, but while they were sleeping in the bed, and they woke up the next morning, the dwarves leave the mountain because they went on a they're getting ready to leave, and we're leaving. Yeah, they leave. But sorry for a second. I'm kind of having a little trouble reading my own handwriting. But yeah, they leave, and but a little before that, they leave the mountain, leave Geralt and everyone on the mountain. But before that, Geralt's companion appears to have died as they've fallen off a cliff, and you don't know if they're going to survive that. Right? And another thing is, back in the town where Nilfgaard is, oh, I forgot one small detail. My bad. And that small detail was Siri and Dara were fighting the Doppler. Now, excuse me, we're fighting the Doppler now, and they had him right where they wanted him, and Siri pretty much said, you need to kill him right now, and Dara hesitated. And then Doppler escaped and started going after them. Okay, now back to where I was originally. The Doppler. One thing that was really interesting was, like, a commander of Nilfgaard caught Siri, right, and the guy ended up being caught Siri, and the guy ended up, was like, oh, do you want some food? I was like, do you want some food? And was getting her something to drink and some eat. And it turned out that it wasn't Siri at all. That it turned out that it was the Doppler somehow saw enough of Siri, whatever, to be able to take Siri's disguise. And then the Doppler transformed into the commander himself. So we had a little commander versus commander fight going on. And then back on the mountain again. Like I said, this was a lot on the mountain. So then back on the mountain again, everyone was, like pretty much where the dragon is supposed to be. And it turns out, what an interesting thing here, that Brooch, turns out that he is a dragon. And then we have a cool and interesting fight scene. We have Geralt and Yen versus the hunting party that was to fight against the that was coming up the mountain to kill the dragon, and then pretty much Geralt and Yennefer pretty much just wiped them out without too much issue, right? And then another thing was once Brooch, when he goes back to his human form after the fight, pretty much tells Yennefer about the wish. Pretty much tells Yennefer about the wish Geralt made to the Jinn back in Rind, the town of Rind, about how they, about the feelings for each other, and then and then Yennefer leaves and she storms off mad. But that Yennefer and Geralt are going to keep coming back to each other over and over and over and over and over again, because that's just the type of relationship they have. And for me, because in The Witcher 3, that side quest that Yen wanted to do in Skellige, I think the quest is called like The Last Wish or something. Well, I'll have to remember. It's been a little while since I played The Witcher 3, but I think that is the quest. To have the other Jinn remove Geralt's wish, and Brooch pretty much spills the beans on that entire thing. And then Yennefer pretty much walks away. But Brooch is like, "Oh no, Geralt, you need to find your destiny." And referring to that, I think, we all pretty much know Brooch. What Brooch means is that Geralt needs to pretty much get on to finding Ciri. And we'll see when Geralt finds her. And then another interesting is like after the fight with Nilfgaard, the two Nilfgaard commanders, one being the Doppler and one being the commander, they like he runs off somewhere. The Doppler and everyone run off somewhere, and then we see Ciri tied to a tree, and Dara shows up and helps Ciri escape, and then Dara leaves Ciri behind, and you can't really blame him. I mean, it sucks that he left Ciri behind, but his life has been really hectic since he met Ciri, and even more hectic. And so Ciri leaves, and then Dara leaves. They part ways, and Ciri is kind of sad about that, and she starts to cry. And then we have a scene with Fringilla Vigo and we have a scene with Fringilla Vigo and the commander. Now, I'm not sure if I want this, but I think that commander is going to be turn out to be Ymir. You know, the king in Nilfgaard in The Witcher 3. I think that who that young commander is going to end up being. I'm not 100% sure. I'm probably on this one. I'm probably like 80 to 85% sure. But that's probably about my percentage right now about that. And so, but yeah, even though I didn't take a lot of notes this time because I was so enhanced, in transfers with the episode, I thought this episode was very good. It was very good. And it's sad there's only 2 more episodes for me left to review, episode 7 and episode 8. And episode 7 is coming tomorrow. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.